Vic was inspirational. There was no one like her.
I look all right tonight because I've been dressed, you know, but normally I look like I've just stumbled up an embankment after a derailment.
Her appeal is huge, and that's what I think is so clever.
Reid, Tunstall, you switch that cook rock and get off that ironing board.
Inspiring, funny, genius, unique.
Yes, that's much better. If we order these antiques on Friday morning, we can take delivery of these antiques in the afternoon.
She was probably the best writer of a gag that I ever worked with.
Well, those aren't flat.
Flatter now?
I just want to be in that gang. How do I get into the gang?
Hello. I'm looking for my friend, Kimberly.
She was one of us, and we wanted to have her as a friend.
Vic and I made each other laugh a lot. That's what drew us together, really. Seeing the funny side of life. She loved watching people and their comings and goings, and she'd just turn ordinary situations into extraordinary comedy. That's why I loved working with her. Actually, she's probably up there now watching you. Case of cock up. But she was an absolute powerhouse of creativity. A multi-award-winning comedian, actress, singer, songwriter, director, stand-up and sketch writer. And she gave me some of the funniest characters I've ever performed. So it's my absolute pleasure to present this programme, a celebration of the finest work of our friend Victoria. Tonight I'm looking at Vic's take on age. Over the last 40 years, she's written about deaf old grannies, middle-aged women in the middle of a midlife crisis, and of course teenagers. She was a master at exploring teenage angst. I wouldn't be an adolescent again if you bumped me pocket money up to 3 and 6. I mean, it's like you're going along quite happily, 9, 10, 11, and suddenly this sort of dial inside you like clicks over from fun to grease. Everybody in my school had really greasy hair. We made seal skin look dry and unmanageable. Because nobody used to wash it. Well, they washed it once a week on Friday nights. So by Wednesday dinner time, there was enough oil about to heat 6 radiators and a towel rail. And if we went swimming in the sea without our caps on, they were hosing down seagulls with fairy liquid for weeks. And we never used to take showers after games. So many people had body odour, they had to make it part of the school uniform. Carl, when we get married, where will we live?
Well, we're living in my mum's sideboard, aren't we?
Yeah, but after that, shall we have a house?
Nah, penthouse flat.
What's that?
It's got fur rugs, hasn't it?
What colour?
Well, it depends, doesn't it? If it's off an animal, it'll be animal-coloured, won't it? Oh, there's orange.
Where is it?
What?
This flat.
Well, they're all in London, aren't they? And there's 2 in the Isle of Man.
Is that the same as France?
France is abroad, isn't it? They have different bread and all sorts.
Different all sorts? You mean not licorice?
Anyway, they're on roof.
What?
Penthouse flats.
Well, I'm not living on a roof. My knitting will roll into guttering.
Vic had the ability to eke out and bring out into the light that naivety that every teenager has.
I said I'll have a pint of baby champ, some pork scratchings and a yellow cherry. And if I'm not here when you get back, I'll be in the toilet putting Idenil on my love bites. Did you? I did. So I come out of the toilet and he says, "Hey, scallop fish, your skirt's all caught up and your knickers at the back," said the picture. And do you know why? I says, "Why? Because that must be the latest fashion Reddit." And the book says, "What book?" I said, "Vogue, that's what book." He says, oh, likely, when you read Vogue, I said, when I'm in hospital having exploratory surgery, that's when. So he said, oh, he did.
Vic's beautiful face with her funny one tooth on that side that is so cute. Even when she was, you know, well into her 50s, that teenage face was still there when she played it. It kind of opened up.
My very favourite sketch is Vic as a 12-year-old with delusions of being able to swim the English Channel. And she was so convincing. I mean, give her a cuddly toy and a swimming cap and suddenly she's 20 years younger. 14 sugars, please. Thank you.
This is Miranda. And this is Samantha. And this is my bear, Mr. Teddy. I'll probably take him to bed with me tonight. I don't usually, but tonight I might. And these are my cups, trophies.
Are you worried about tomorrow?
Well, I am in a way because I've never swum such a long way and some of it's in the dark and I don't really like the dark. And if I do get to French coast, I don't talk French very well. So I don't do French, I do woodwork. I know a few bits. Bonjour and aujourd'hui.
You think you'll make it?
I don't know. I'll do double prayers tonight anyway. Not dead.
Well, it's the night before your daughter swims the channel. Any misgivings?
I don't think so. Have we, Cliff?
No. No, she's as strong as an ox.
You'll be in the backup boat, presumably.
Well, no, actually, Joan and I are popping down to London for the day. You know, sort of day out shopping. We'll probably take in a show.
We hear Cats is very good. Or any of the Andrew Lloyd Webber things, really, would be nice.
There's a problem. There's no support vessel, no officials, nobody. Chrissie's entirely alone. Are you still going to go, Chrissie?
Yeah, I think so. I might as well. My friend Marie's in Kidderminster today, so I haven't got anybody to play with anyway.
What about food and drink?
Well, I've got a sandwich box, so I think they'll stay dry. And I've got some little milkshakes in cartons. I think they'll be all right. And, see, I could put my duffel bag around my neck, like this.
Well, what about finding the French coast?
I think I'll find it all right, thank you. I came fourth in geography, 82%. What time is it?
7:55.
5 to 8. Off I go then.
That was 8 days ago. And Chrissie hasn't yet reached land. No one seems to know where she is.
Oh, I'm sure she'll turn up eventually. Slow but sure, that's our Chrissie.
Yeah, she's probably just swimming about looking for a nice beach. The ice creams and donkeys, you know how kids are.
What do your other children think about it all?
Oh, I'd forgotten we had any other children.
Oh, I don't know where they are.
Vic struck gold when she penned the sitcom Dinner Ladies, writing fabulous young characters, extraordinary middle-aged eccentrics, and old, namely me, grannies, because she cast me as her rather decrepit old mom. And at the time, we were the same age, virtually. Cheek of it.
You're on your own, kid.
New venue, new caravan, new kidney. That's a long story. I do beg your pardon, Reg. This is my daughter, born Christmas Eve, so we called her Brenda. This is Reg, did I say? Go and look at their snacks, Reg. Reg does snacks at the petrol station. My caravan's on his forecourt. It's cute, isn't he? Like an Asian Roger Moore.
Just seeing her play her mum, I mean, that was just so brilliant. Petula Gordino, what a character. I mean, Julie did get the best lines.
I'm back, and this'll tickle you. I'm pregnant.
It was a wonderful cast. I mean, real honour to be working with people like that, because so experienced and so good at the comedy.
Nobody's ordered an old lady, have they? No one's ticked the wrong box in the Help the Aged catalogue. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you.
Shall I give her a biscuit?
Don't go too near. There could be 2 slapheads under that blanket.
Do you mean smackheads?
There could be 2 drug addicts under there ready to leap out.
They'd have to be pretty small.
Vic rang me and said, how do you fancy working with Thelma Barlow? Because she'd seen Thelma and I together fooling about, because we've been friends for a long time. And I said, yeah, it'd be great. And apparently she rang Thelma, you know, and said, would you like to work with Annie? I mean, she might have said no, in which case we would have been in trouble.
Twain, what's the soup? Minestrone. Why didn't you put it on menu? Can't spell it.
I first met Victoria when I got this phone call saying you've got an audition, and I was like, oh my God, I've got an audition. Oh, I've got an audition, how exciting. I didn't think that would happen. And they said, and it's for this new sitcom by Victoria Wood, and I couldn't believe it. And I just thought, I'm going to go and sit in the same room as Victoria Wood. That was sort of enough, really.
I'm not a dinosaur. I quite like women in a sad, baffled sort of way. But can we please get a grip? Out of a workforce of 5, at any given moment, one will have premenstrual tension, one's panicking because she's not, someone's having a hot flush, and someone else is having a nervous breakdown because her HRT patch has fallen in the minestrone.
That was a one-off.
Do you know, it was a joy for me, because like it was my first big job really, and so I was turning up and reading with all these people who I'd been watching on television for the last, I don't know, 20 years or something, so it was quite nerve-wracking, but once you started working with them, they were fine, everyone was helpful and everything, but it was a joy for me.
I made a list of all my bras last night.
Did you? Why, how many have you got?
17. Then I divided my knickers into work, casual and evening. Do you ever do that?
No, but I tell you what I do. I take all the labels off my tins, then I don't know what I'm having for my tea.
Just the idea of meeting Victoria was astounding to me. That I met her in the basement of Granada Studios by the big boiler pipes. I just remember her sitting there, and I was just thinking, I'm sitting in front of Victoria Wood. And that, to me, was one of the greatest things ever. She was my hero, my comedy hero.
Hey, how are you doing? You're looking great.
I'm really well. Got away with just one little hemorrhoid.
Did you?
The hardest point for me, personally, in my story, is Anita's story, was talking about piles. I mean, how brilliant for an actor of colour to stand there and talk about piles and not some, you know, something to do with her culture.
My cousin had 3 big ones, sort of in a cluster.
I'm just having a fag.
When it came to middle-aged woes, Vic's stand-up brought the house down. She was never afraid to share stories about her ovaries, her menopause, or her failing eyesight.
You know, I've been thinking about giving it up, you know, being a stand-up comedian. I was thinking about stopping doing it. Oh. No, not tonight. I'll wait till you've gone home. But, no, but I don't want to get, like, too middle-aged to do it, you know, because I've got really middle-aged lately. I can't read the paper. I'm doing this with the paper, you know. I can't really read it unless the woman in the house across the street holds it up at the bedroom window. Oh, and I can't read the A to Z. I can't read the small streets. If you don't live on the main road, I'm not coming to see you. And I can't thread a needle. One of my children changed schools a bit ago, and I had all these name tapes to sew on. And I've got the needle and I've got the thread. I'm like this. I said, right, you're not going to that school now. No, but you don't want to get too old and out of touch to do it, do you? I don't want to do all that sort of terrible boasting that people do when they get old. Like if you ever see Raquel Welch on a chat show, she always has to say, these are my own breasts, you know. I don't need coming on saying, still got my own hips. When I used to do a thing in my show, I used to say I knew when I was getting older when I went past a rack of Dr. Scholl's sandals and went, oh, they look comfy. Now I'm going past going, oh, too modern.
The fantastic thing about Vic was that she talked about women's issues and confronted them for all of us, would talk about bladder problems, would talk about fallopian tubes, the menopause, was fearless and wildly funny. And it was just brilliant to have that voice throughout youth and into middle age.
But at the time, you know, I just put it down to the menopause, you know, because I was that age, and I put everything down to the menopause now. Tiredness, irritability, global warming. Well, it could be, couldn't it? 200 lady Eskimos all having a hot flush at the same time. Whoa! And I was used to going a bit mad, you know, once a month. I was used to all that. I was used to that cycle, you know, you're all right, you get your period, you've got your period. I love you, I hate you, I'm really sorry, I'm really... And I'd identified a little mini cycle within that when you go like this because you're ovulating. I'm all right, I get my period, I've had my period, I'm ovulating. I love you, I'm really sorry, I get out of it. And I thought, well, that's all right, you know, I'll have all that. And then that'll stop, and then I'll get my menopause. But what I didn't realise was, you get all this, I'm having my period, I'm really... And at the same time, you get your menopause coming the other way. So you're going, all right, I get my period, I've had my period, I'm ovulating. Is it hot or is it me? What have I come in here for?
Humour is the best way to stop something being scary and to stop something being taboo and to make it okay to talk about. And that's what she understood. And also, she would write about her experience, and her way of processing stuff would be to make it funny.
Well, it got so bad with me that in the end, there was only 17 minutes in a month when anybody could get any sense out of me. So they're all queuing up for those 17 minutes. Because they know that'll be nice and reasonable and won't burst into tears. So they're all queuing. We've got everybody. You've got carol singers in April. Deck the halls. Yes, come in. I've got those men who go door to door selling the dusters. Yes, I'll have your dusters. Yes. Yes, and your ironing board cover. Anything you like. My children are queuing up. Can I go to Ibiza even though I'm only 12? Yes, of course you can, my darling. Can I have another 2 Game Boys? Yes, of course you can, my darling. My husband's at the back of the queue. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Yes, can we have sex tonight? Oh, ping time's up. What have I come in here for?
Victoria's comedy had a warmth that appealed to more or less everyone, including those handing out the awards. I mean, she had a shelf full of them that creaked like one of Mrs. Overall's hips. And by the way, I loved playing Mrs. O, even though, yet again, of course, she made me old.
Rowena? Won't you wait? Hello? Hello? sorry, Mrs. Overall.
Here's your coffee, Miss Babs. What's wrong now?
Oh, nothing. Just a rather mysterious phone call from the Far East.
Well, sometimes that's God's way of telling you to think on and look sharp.
You're right. Gosh, I am awful. Here I am blabbing away about my own troubles, and I forgot to ask you about your husband's car crash.
Oh, he's dead, Miss Babs. Yes, in fact, I was going to ask you if I could have a couple of hours off on Thursday for the funeral.
Of course. Just pop back at 5 for the hoovering. What happened?
His heart stopped beating. Yes, well, sometimes that's God's way of telling you you're dead. Never mind, it's bingo tonight.
Every time I watch it, I can't work out what age Julie Walters is. Like, I really can't tell if she's 20 or 90. Every single time, because she's hunched over and she's coming in with her tray and she's kind of wobbling around all the time, and you look at everything around her and she has the body of a 90-year-old, and then you actually look at her face and it's the most beautiful 20-year-old's face in the world, and it's quite a wonder.
Your macaroons smell delicious. Yes, Mrs. O. You sample the first one.
Well, yes, I will. But just in case something should happen when I bite into it, I'd just like to say what I feel for Acorn Antiques and the folks what work there. I'm only a simple woman. Got no O-levels or life-saving certificates. Never been abroad or fully participated in a summit conference. But I've got feelings. And what I feel for you, Miss Babs, and you, Miss Berta, is nothing more or less than plain, simple, cold love.
She's choking on her own macaroon. Get Dr. Whitney, the family doctor. I can't. He's been blackmailed into Sudan. Oh, darn. Well, frankly, Doctor, as far as Mrs. O's concerned, it's far too late.
Are we off? Thought that went quite well, didn't you?
Still on there.
Now, don't get me wrong, I loved playing old women, mainly because it made Vic laugh. And that's all I ever wanted to do, actually, make Vic laugh. So here we go again.
Legs 11.
Why did you say that?
What?
Legs. He said legs.
That's what they say.
Five
Enough
and 8.
legs at home. Why we come out? Get away from legs.
Pack it in, Mum.
Well, he wants to watch his mouth.
Just cross them off.
What do you mean cross?
Two fat ladies, 88.
Oh, that's nice.
What's nice?
Where are they?
Who?
Oh, there they are. Why, ignore him. I could lose a bit of weight.
Mum.
Well, what's he know?
On its own, doctor's orders number 9.
Why'd she shout house?
She's won. She's got a full house.
Well, we got a full house since Bill come home. Don't go shouting about it.
She got 5 in a row, so she gets the jackpot.
I got 5 in a row.
When?
Hours back.
Oh, Mum.
I don't know why people play this. Boy, you ain't fat. Cheeky blood.
Now, this next sketch needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce it anyway. It's called Waitress, and not 2 soups. as most people think.
I will never tire of watching the soup sketch, but it fascinates me how we ever managed to get through it without laughing, because we never ever did in rehearsals.
Ready to order, sir? Madam?
Jane?
Yes, what's the soup of the day, please?
I'll just go and find out.
What time's your train?
25 to.
Oh. Oh, that's not too bad.
Julie has this wonderful way of surprising you. You know, she won't show you what she's going to do until she does it. So it kind of, it was just the most wonderful experience. So to actually keep a straight face was a little bit tricky now and again.
Ready to order, sir? Madam?
Yes, I wanted to know what the soup of the day was.
That's right. No. I forgot. I'll just go and check. Won't be one moment.
If you watch our mouths, you'll realise we were hanging on for grim death not to laugh. The length of time that it all took was you had to hold your breath. I don't think anybody had sort of dared write such a thing, you see. That's what was so clever about her.
We'll have 2 soups.
2 soups. One soup and another soup. Right away, sir.
When we rehearsed it, we thought, we're never going to get through this. But we said, we've got to do it in one take. Otherwise, we're knackered.
So often you have a brilliant sketch, but it doesn't quite, you think, oh, this is brilliant, but it doesn't quite finish. But the very end.
Hope you enjoyed your meal, sir. No tip. Bastards.
So there you have it. That was my friend and our friend, Victoria. So shall we end on a song? I think that'd be nice. It's my favourite. A song which Victoria wrote just for me. 14 again. And who'd want to be that?
I want to be 14 again, when sex was just called number 10. And I was up to 7.5. Boys were for love and girls were for fun. You burst out laughing if you saw a nun. Sophistication was a sports car and a chiffon scarf.
I wanna be 14 again. Tattoo myself with a fountain pen. Pretend to like the taste of rum and coke.
Chuck my school hat in a bush. Spit on my mascara brush, my consulate, and teach myself to smoke. I wanna be 14 again, free rides on the waltzes off the fairground men, for a promise of a snog, the last night of the fair. French kiss singers, the kiosk shut, behind the generators with your coconuts, the coloured lights reflected in the Brill cream on his hair.
I wanna be 14 again, for all the things I didn't know then. When I was funny, I was famous, I was never ignored. I was a crazy girl, I had a laugh, I had Elia Kuriakin's autograph. I had no idea you could wake up feeling bored.
Hello. Well, the nights are getting a little bit darker, a little bit sooner, and also the mornings are staying a little bit less light for quite a little bit longer, so I've forgotten what I was going to say. Darling.